What's going on, guys, and welcome to Formula 7 Racing. We are live here in Silverstone for the final time this evening, and we are here with Tier 1, the best of the best that Formula 7 Racing has to offer in terms of speed. And we are live for the next hour and 30 minutes. 22 drivers on the track to fill your racing taste buds. So, Gravangam in the Red Bull on his first start here in Tier 1. And only half a second off Solar the Eater. Jabba with a lap. How we doing, Mad G? You okay? Am I quiet? Let me just do a quick sound check, guys. Right, let me know how that is, guys. So, Solar on fastest here in Q1. And then we've got the Ferrari. Guys, it would help. I mean, everybody's pretty much got it on, but I don't know who the Ferrari is. If they can just put their telemetry just on the name on public so I can see their name. They don't have to share their telemetry if they don't want to. Ah, my G. I mean, it was a good race, to be honest. I know you got a penalty that was a bit crap, but yeah. So, I'm trying to think, how do I get there? There we go. So we are here in Q1. DK Cohen in the Audi is on a lap. Let's see what he can do around the Silverstone circuit. I don't think that's going to keep me in Q1. I don't know, mate. So we got Deadly on a lap as well. We do have a couple of drivers coming out. That's F1 Lexi on an outlap, back on the grid as a full-time driver now. And then we got Fred Ripper on his debut. Just bear with me because I need to add him into the stats because I've not got him down. So bear with me. So Fred Ripper. And do we know what console he's on? It doesn't show what console he's on and where he's from, what country he's from. If someone, Fred. Oh, it could be the Reed Ripper. You don't know, could you? Fred Ripper. Fred Ripper. We'll go with Fred Ripper. 22. Nationality, I'm just going to go Europe for now. Category Tier 1, I don't know what console. So, Fred Ripper is on pole at the moment. Gayle has shown unbelievable pace in the couple of practice races that we have done. So it will be interesting to see what he can do here this evening. Oh, it's all come up on here. 1 second, guys. So Gayle on another lap. I don't think he's on a flyer at the moment. You've got the Audi driver of DK Cohen. 10 minutes to go here in Q1. So the track is green. So let me know what the audio is like, guys, if there's any problems. Obviously, I can't hear it. I do apologise about sniffling. Everybody knows that I suffer really bad with allergies. So DK Cohen coming down towards turn 14 and 15. Takes a big chunk of the curb. He's right on the limit. I must have had the wrong track map up because that says turn 18. Yeah, I must have had the old one up or something when I was doing commentary earlier today. I don't know. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. I'm just going to put this on 2 screens with that there, and then bring the notepad up as well, so the notepad can go in the middle. Beautiful. So we are ready to rock and roll. No more messing around. Manual it is, a full grid. So DK Cohen in P8, Gale in P9, Jeffy in P10, Gravangan in P11, he's still in the pit lane. Then the other Ferrari in P12, F1 Lex in P13, Sam the Man in P14, River Rocks, Jack Happy Champ. We know how quick Jack Happy Champ can be, and he's about to start a flying lap, so let's go on board. And he's lighting up them little purple squares, and we know what that means. I will go back and clip some of the Tier 4 race later. I couldn't do it because I was racing in it. P6 is my best race finish in about 2 years as well. And look at that. The McLaren's already working together, setting the precedent for the season. 2 McLaren's not messing around here. Jack Happy Champ and Gale. So around Luffield, down in towards Woodcote. And Jack Happy Champ is not here to mess around. So the McLaren driver coming down the hanger straight. Emmanuel, I think I did, mate. So down in towards Vale, and then Club. And the McLaren of Jack Happy Champ to the line, goes P6. Remember, it is the bottom 7 drivers that are eliminated. I think that's got to change because I'm pretty sure that's not right in real life. So a lot of the drivers still trying to improve, be right in the Haas. His teammates with cars again. Bjorn and Epic OJ retire. They call it a day here in Q1 with just under 6 minutes remaining. Jabba showing his pace once more, hanging it with the big boys. Yeah, that's true, Maggie. Hopefully you get it removed, but I don't know what it was for, So Jeffy and Gravangan in the Red Bull is out on track once more, and he is on a lap as well. So let's see what Gravangan can do. So coming down in towards Maggots and Beckett. I thought you liked him. So down the hanger, straight we go. The billboards haven't loaded properly, that's funny. Oh, I didn't put both files in, I only put one file in, that's annoying. So back into the pit lane for Gravangan. CJ3000 in the other Ferrari. He's on an outlap. Then you've got Maxi Black, F1 Lexi. Mirko has retired in P1. This is extremely close at the top. Yeah, Maggie. I bet I didn't touch my battery unless I was trying to go for an overtake. I just used it on the exits of corners and that was it. But that was my first ever race with manual gears. So it was like fingers and thumbs everywhere. I was like trying to press that and press that, and I kept gearing down by accident, and I kept taking my battery off by accident, and it was, oh god, it was awful. So F1 Lexi, as he comes through Abbey Farm and then down in towards Village, through the right-hander of turn 3 for F1 Lexi. Cars was retired as well, so they all think it's enough, and it probably is. 3.5 minutes to go. Who is going to be the drivers that don't make it into Q2? F1 Lexi trying to improve, but he's half a second down off Mirko's time just through sector 1. This is going to be extremely close. So down in towards Cops for F1 Lexi. Sorry guys, bear with me. So F1 Lexi down the hanger straight, 1.2 seconds down. How we doing, Pele? So through Stowe and down towards Vale now. Here in Great Britain for the British Grand Prix. Through turns 17 and 18 for the Mercedes driver. And it is F1 Lexi to the line. And they are not going to improve their position. Maxi Block in the Racing Bull, just drifting around on his outlap. He's got 2 minutes to try and save himself. Our first ever Tier 1 World Champion of Maxi Block looking for a way through. I'm good, Pelly, thank you. Yeah, I had some really good battles as well, Maggie. It was really enjoyable, actually. So, Gravangan on an outlap. So is Maxi Block. Jeffy Boy is on his way out. So they are all going for these final runs. And I tell you what, CJ, Jabber, Deadly, Be Right, Fanfinus and Solar all need to potentially find something else here. But just look at the top 5, how close they are. This is incredible. We are separated by a couple of temps. This is going to be very interesting to see who goes through and who is ejected from this first part of qualifying. Yeah, definitely, Maggie. Sorry, just bear with me. I just want to move this over to that side. F1 Lexi is retired, so that is it. F1 Lexi is the first driver that is eliminated from qualifying. So F1 Lexi, on his return as a full-time driver back to Tier 1, is out. 30 seconds to go. Jeffy Boy, Gravangan. We've got an Aston Martin out on track at their home Grand Prix. It is Deadly. So a lot of the drivers coming to the line for their final runs. I tell you what, Deadly might not make it to the line here. And that will mean he is on the brink and he's down to P14. We have an Aston Martin on a lap. And that is Deadly. And he's got 10 seconds to make it. He's going to miss the line. Deadly is relying on other people to make it in to Q2. Otherwise, yeah, he's in the pit lane. That is it. So the Haas driver will be the first of the final runners. It will be B Right, the 4-time world champion. B Right will be first to the line. He's lighting up a couple of purple sectors and he slid it around Stowe. Back into the pit lane he goes. And we could have some huge, huge shocks on our hands for the first race of Tier 1 here in Season 13. And it could all be over before it started. Gale is not improving either. Down in towards Vale and then Club. And Gale in the McLaren is around. The drivers are struggling. And the Haas comes through. And that is Cars that goes up to P2. Gravangan is in P19. Deadly and B Right might just be safe. I cannot believe we're saying that. Gravangan is out here in Q1. The Mercedes will be next. It is Sam the Man. And the American driver over the pond is down in P22. We've got DK Cohen back into the pit lane. He is safe. Jeffy Boy is up to P16. It is not enough. Maxi Block, Jabber improves, and Deadly has escaped. So has B Right. Wow. And the drivers in the bottom 5 did not find that extra bit of time that they were hoping for. And Q1 has ended with some big names going out here in Silverstone. So, that is it for Q1. Sorry, guys, I just need to put the stats in. Bear with me. So, Q1. It is. It was in P1, Mirko. And then Cars. Reese. Jack Happy Champ Sam was. Who is in P8? Fred Ripper. Everybody else is pretty much right, apart from the Williams. If anybody can speak to Fred Ripper, just ask him what. Oh, I should have checked them. What console he plays on and what country he's from, so I can update his driver profile. In fact, I can probably find it off this. 1 second. Oh no, it says it's put his data as if in his data. So PlayStation, thank you so. Ooh, what is that? That's an awful timing screen. But that might work actually if we take that away. So, and that away. And we move that to there, potentially there. Okay, that could work. And then I can take it off and on when I want. Like I can press T and take it off. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. New season and all that, you know. Right, who was the Williams? Jabba. So, we are in to Q2. So all of the drivers are quickly out. It will be Bjorn McQueen that will be the first driver out on track. Guys, let me just do a quick vote just before we get into Q2. Which Halo? Just tell me which Halo you prefer. Just bear with me. Just tell me which Halo you prefer. So I'm going to bring up 3. So that one. And then you tell me which one you prefer. No, that one. Oh, is it that one as well? Oh no, we've not got a custom design. So just tell me which one you prefer out of them Halos. So the top one is Halo 1, bottom one is Halo 2. So top one is 1, second one is 2, bottom one is 3. Which one do you prefer? See, the bottom one for me is probably the best because it gives you where the driver is as well to the left. It gives you your overtake, your battery and everything. but the one above it gives you gap to the leader, a track map, and it gives you sector time. So they're all a bit different. Bottom one. Yeah, I prefer the bottom one because it gives you the P6 and P7 as well, and the gap between them on your halo, and it tells you when you're boosting, it tells you when you're overtaking. But the middle one is good as well because it gives you gap to the leader and a track map. Okay, we'll go with bottom one and see how we get on with it. So, get rid of that one, get rid of that one. And we'll put that one on. Just make it a little bit bigger like that. So, Mirko has gone fastest in Q2 once again. But we are on board with Bjorn, and he goes up to P4. Jack Happy Champ will be next. Oh, I do like that halo, actually. Oh, nice, Maggie. So, Jack Happy Champ coming down in towards Maggots and Beckett. I think Ben's keeping an eye on a signing as well. Apparently, they're looking at Michael Oliver United on a new 5-year deal. Jack Happy Champ coming down the hanger straight. The McLaren driver using that battery, and you can see the tank is empty now. Onto the brakes through turn 15. In towards the left-hander of turn 16 and 17 at Club and Vale. Down towards the line. Jack Happy Champ goes P10. What about Jabba? He's trying to improve. He's coming down the hanger straight as well. You've got Reese Die. Solar the Eater coming through Maggots and Beckett. Epic OJ is coming to the line. Epic OJ, the championship contender from last season, goes P4. So, the Racing Bull of Epic OJ. Remember, you've still got Fanfinus, who's been improving massively over the course of last season. When you got to the end of last season, Fanfinus had improved tremendously back to his championship winning days. So, Fanfinus coming down in towards Maggots and Beckett. What about Solar the Eater and Restart? It will be Solar the Eater that will be to the line first, and Solar on an outlap. Reese is on a flyer. No, he's not. So, Fanfinus, it will be on an outlap as well. Sam Wars has left. Try and get him back in. I hope this season's a good season, you know. I really do. Because it just feels like it should be a good season. We've got all the LMU stuff up and running and the F1 and so Fanfinus down in towards turn 6. Pele, the racing in every tier this morning was really good. Tier 4 was amazing. Everybody was just so clean. Every time I went wheel to wheel with somebody, I left them space, they left me space. You were dead respectful. It was just so good. Tier 2 seemed the same. Tier 3 this morning was good. And we've not had a single safety car in any of the races yet. Touch wood. I hope that's not jinxed us. At least the race won't end with a safety car like today. Yeah, it has, hasn't it, Maggie? And the battling has been so good. It's so enjoyable. And I knew it would be as well. And I knew the commentary would be good as well. Because the cars are so good for overtaking. But it is still very difficult with all the battery stuff. I know there'll be a few changes, ups and downs, and all that sort of stuff, but we'll get it figured out. We always do. There's a reason we've been here for nearly 7 years. So, Fanfinus in the Cadillac. Up to P11. Jeffy Boy will start his lap. He's going to have to find a little bit extra. Bjorn McQueen in the Aston Martin. Let's ride on board and see what Bjorn can do. So through the left-hander, that overtake mode active. And he is only slightly down on Mirko's time. This is very close. And Bjorn McQueen a half a tenth. So down the hanger straight for Bjorn McQueen. He's 2/100ths up on Mirko's lap time. This is a great lap from Bjorn. Yellow flag, it is clear. Back green, oh, and he slides over Vale and in towards Club. Down to the line. Did that compromise him? It did not. Bjorn McQueen goes fastest in Q2. Mirko, Reese in P3. Deadly in P4. Sam Wars in P5. Epic OJ in P6. Then comes the two Haas drivers of B Right and Cars. Reese has retired. Says that's enough. So we still got River Rocks on his full debut. His full season debut. Racing's been good. I was letting you pass it. Yeah, Maggie, I did the same with you. I can't remember where it was, and I sort of moved over and let you through. Was it at Stowe? Can't remember, but yeah, I did it a few times. It's not worth sort of battling. If somebody's coming through, I'm like, right, okay, I'll let you through, because with the battery sort of thing now, it's just back and forth, back and forth. There's no point trying to defend that much, because you'll get the opportunity to go back, you know. I think that's probably what will make the racing a little bit better this season. The drivers knowing that if somebody overtakes them, it's not all over. Because last season you would defend for your life. Drivers would get into battles to defend a position. But with the cars now, you can just take the position straight back if you harvest your battery. So, I see how you doing, bro. You okay? So, Jabba and Jack Happy Champ. Jack Happy Champ is 7 tenths up on his lap time. The McLaren driver trying to make it into Q3. Epic OJ has gone fastest in Q2, a 127.1. Down in towards Vale, and then Club. It's a purple sector 2 for Jack Happy Champ, and he's going to be very happy when he comes to the line, because Jack will go P4 in the Papaya McLaren, only a 1/10.5 off the time of Epic OJ. That is brilliant. So you've got cars, Epic OJ and Jabba. Jabba will need to find that little bit extra. Bjorn retires, calls it a day, knows he is safe. So DK Cohen, Jeffy Boy, all still in the pit lane. They need to get ready to get out there. River Rocks is back in the lobby. He will look at getting out of the pit lane shortly. So will Fred Ripper, Solar the Eater, B Right, all still there, ready and waiting to go for that one last shootout. I came for a shitout. I came for an old Western shootout. So, 2.5 minutes to go. It is Epic OJ that is on pole position. It's not pole position, sorry. It's fastest in Q2. So, and he's going to go into the pit lane. That is it for him in Q2. The fans wave goodbye, because that's the last you'll be seeing him. So, Jabba in the Williams. Yellow flag waving. Cars has retired. Cars has retired in P2. Yeah, brilliant lap. He's not worried at all. 2 minutes to go. Jabba. Then you've got DK coming, but I think Jabba is on a lap. He is. So into Brooklands and Luffield at turn 7. Round the right-hander. Back onto the throttle using that boost and overtake mode. Giving him that extra bit of horsepower. But then he uses none. See what he does there? A lot of drivers don't do that. He flicks it back to none. So he doesn't use too much, because as soon as you use it, it continues to burn out. But he's got so much battery here, Jabba, as he goes in towards Chapel and then down the hanger straight. And now he'll burn the battery. And then it's back on to overtake and boost into turn 15 at Stowe. This is a decent lap from Jabba. He's a tier 2 driver holding his own. And he's going to come to the line. And Jabba, is it going to be enough? It is. P10 for now. 7/1000ths of a second quicker than Solar the Eater. Solar is back out though. Fred Ripper is half a tenth. No, he's nearly 2 tenths up on his lap time. Then you've got the other Haas driver of B Right. He is 2.5 tenths up, the 4-time world champion. Looking at making a statement. So B Right up to P6. Then I think it's the Audi or the Ferrari. I can't tell. It is the Ferrari of Jeffy Boy. He's 2 tenths up. Is it going to be enough to get him through? It is not. He is out. DK Cohen in the Audi. Then I think it's going to be Jeffy. Fred Ripper is through. Sam Wars. Jabba, Solar the Eater is down to P13, but for how long? Fanfurness is out. Solar the Eater is out. Jabba is out. DK Cohen is out. River Rocks in the Red Bull. Jeffy Boy in the Ferrari. It is so extremely close. It is a couple of tenths throughout the whole grid. 3 tenths separate the top 11 drivers. Here comes River Rocks to the line. River Rocks. P13, and it's not enough. And Jeffy Boy will be the final driver to the line. And some huge names going out in Q2 as well. And Deadly has survived Q1 and Q2 in the final spot to get in to the next session. Wow. DK Coin, can I get an invite? You can indeed in a minute. So I just need to put the stats in, guys. Bear with me. As you all know, we collect a lot of data here. So Q2 is Epico, J Cars, Beyond, Fred Ripper, Jack Capachamp, Mirko, B Right, Sam Wars, Reese. They've made this a lot better though, the app, because now when you put the name in once in the first qualifying session, it pretty much fills it in the second, which is really good. So you don't have to make as many changes. We do have a new livery coming as well. So you know, like we do the graphics and we have the F1 graphics. Well, we bought that graphic, but we also put a lot of time into it by making all the driver avatars, new overlays, adding all the cars, adding all the F2 cars, all the F1 driver avatars. We've done a lot of effort as well, putting new tracks in, the cars, LMU, integrated LMU and ACC into it. So it's been amazing for us, but we've put a lot of work into it. The new livery for 2026, we are getting it. It's just the guy who's creating it hasn't released it yet. He said start of July. So I'm hoping that it's going to be sometime soon, and then we can obviously start using new overlays and new graphics for the new season, of course. But at the moment, we are using last year's graphics um, until we can get the new graphics and new overlays. So we will have a bit of a different feel to it as well. The Sam Wars has left as well. Don't know what's going on here tonight. It shouldn't be anything to do with the internet, that's for sure. We're running nearly 1,000 gig. Megabytes, sorry. In fact, let's do a test. So, internet. So, I forgot every time I press something because all of my buttons are binded. So, let's do a test just to see. So, let's go. And the reason that we run that kind of internet speeds, 9 ping, 909 megabits download, and 104 megabits upload. Honestly, I downloaded Call of Duty the other day in 8 minutes. It's crazy. But the reason that I do that is for this league. Is the reason I do that. Right, let's get back to racing. Thanks, Pelly. So, Jack Cabby Champ, Reese. Deadly in the Aston Martin and beyond. So we've got 2 Aston Martins, 2 Haas drivers into Q3. They're the only duos that have made it into the final part of qualifying. Yeah, I think qualifying and the racing is going to be very different this season, Solar, because of the way the cars are. And did you see the gaps? 3/10 of a second separated the top 11 drivers. It's crazy. Sorry, guys. Right, okay. I'm trying to clear my nose without doing it too often. Is the audio okay? Does the game sound okay? Okay, is that better? I've just realised I had desktop audio slightly up, but I had the F1 game completely down. So the only audio it was catching was from my desktop of the game, but very low. So, Mirko in the Cadillac will start a lap. Then we've got the other Haas driver going into the pit lane. I think we've got an Alpine. It is Reese, the world champion, the reigning world champion. What do you mean the times are bugging? So, Reese coming down towards the line here in Q3, and it is P4 for Reese. Okay, there's definitely times. We'll get rid of that in a minute. So, Mirko is currently on provisional pole. We've got Deadly and Sam Wars. Deadly and B right. Fred Ripper goes P7. Sam Wars will be next. Let's see what Sam can do as he comes down the hanger straight. This is absolutely huge now. 5.5 minutes to go in this final part of qualifying before the race gets going. It is all now or never. So down in towards Vale at turn 16, through turn 17 and 18. And it is Sam Wars that goes up to P6 in the Williams. That is a very good lap. So Deadly in the Aston Martin will be next. We know how much he's improved. He should be fighting for this championship this season. Half a second, separate the top 9. This is phenomenal. Mirko on a different level at the moment. He has been incredible. He has returned from his stint in LMU. We are expecting Ryan Clemson back eventually. But we're doing what we can do best. And continuing to grow and continuing to race. And we're trying to do LMU and F1. By the way, if anybody is interested in doing commentary for LMU or F1, I am on holiday next week and we're really struggling for cover. So it would massively help us out if somebody could do commentary. But yeah, I'm on holiday next week, and it's been a real stressful couple of days trying to find people to cover everything. Like it was today. So, Sam Wars back into the pit lane. Deadly will follow him. So, all of the drivers in the pit lane, this is a great time to tell you about Formula 7 racing. So, we race every single Sunday at 10 a.m, 12:30 p.m, and 10 a.m, 12:30 p.m, 3 p.m, and 7 p.m. That's tiers 3, 2, 4, and 1. And then we race on a Monday in Le Mans Ultimate. We've just brought in a brand new flag system. We've integrated everything into Racing League tools. We've moved away from SimGrid. We've put in so much time and effort into it. Then we race on a Wednesday, Formula 1 Realistic and Formula 2. And then on a Thursday, we do Le Mans Multiclass as well. And then on a Friday, every 2 weeks, we do Assetto Corsa. We do everything, but we don't do it small to the side. Everything is just so much time and effort goes into everything, and we make everything as good as we can possibly make it. So yeah, and because of that, we've built an incredible racing community. So if you do want to be a part of it, you can come and join. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat. But yeah, it wouldn't be possible without the drivers, and that's for sure. We've got some of the best in the world. So Reese back out in that Alpine. So is B right just behind him. The two drivers that were in contention for the championship last season. Epic OJ was part of that as well. Cars for a brief moment. B right and Reese ended up winning the Constructors' Championship together. I am due to send Reese his trophies. His was in the second batch of trophies. We have already sent quite a few out, which has been great to see the drivers receiving all their trophies. It's been really enjoyable to see. A massive shout out to you guys. We couldn't do this without you. To send real trophies. Have you seen how big they are this year as well? They're the same trophies we ordered last year, but when I ordered them, they were doing an offer on them trophies, which I couldn't believe it. So I ended up buying the size up, for the same price. So yeah, that was good. So yellow flagged. Epic OJ will get us underway for the final time. Look how close this is. So down in towards turn 1 at Abbey. The Alpine driver currently in P4. Through turn 3 at Village and in towards the loop. The Alpine driver. The team's home Grand Prix. I mean, 7 of the 11 F1 teams are based in the UK, I think it is. So down in towards Brooklands at turn 6. And you know what? He's doing a double outlap. Yeah, Reese does like doing a double outlap. So I think it will be Epic OJ that will be next. I'm really quiet. Let me just do a quick sound check. Okay, let me know how that sounds now. It's good. It's good. It's good. So, Adam Maggots and Beckett for Epic OJ. The championship contender from last season is 3/100ths up on his lap time. The British driver, the runner-up from last year, is coming through Stowe and down towards Vale. The Racing Bull driver in towards the left-hander. This is a very neat lap. Has he found enough through sector 3 though? Epic OJ to the line, P2. A 1:27.058. Be right in the Haas. He's half a second up, but it looks like he's made a mistake. The checkered flag is out. Mirko has improved a 1:26.9. The first 1:26 we've seen today. Beyond a 1:27.1. Deadly a 1:27.1. This is so close here in Silverstone. Fred Ripper will be next. The Audi driver coming down towards the line here in Tier 1. Fred Ripper goes P3 with the exact same time as Epic OJ. A 1:27.058 for P2 and P3. Jack Happy champion the McLaren goes P3, but Cars takes it away. A 1:26.966. The top 10 drivers separated by 0.2 of a second. This is a mighty qualifying session. It is incredible to watch. Wow, oh wow. Reese takes pole. Reese in the Alpine has taken pole position. Wow, oh wow. Right at the end, Reese is back with a bang and takes pole position, a 1:26.861. Look how close that is. That is incredible. That qualifying is brilliant. If the race is anything to go off, my goodness. If qualifying, is anything to go off. Wow, oh wow. honestly, guys, I'd love to show you what I'd look like now. I've got hay fever. In fact, I can. I've got hay fever wipes out. Look. I've got to keep doing this, just wiping my whole face, because of my eyes. That's what I'm like at the moment. It's brutal. I've got nasal spray. I've got this that you put around your face. It's just, I suffer really bad. It's crazy, really bad. So anyway, I will try and limit any hay fever noises. Okay, let's get to the race. So let's go racing. Let's go racing. He's gonna have my pants down. He's gonna be fuming. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Should we have him? What classic video. So here we go. They all line up. Go karting. So here we go. They all line up. Sam the Man and F1 Lexi, the final drivers. CJ lining up. And this is it. For the final time this evening, for the first time in season 13, 22 drivers on the grid here in Formula 7 racing. And it is lights out and away we go. There's a little bit of a kerfuffle at the back, and I think that is Fanfurness that did not get going. In fact, he's into the wall. He's trying to crash into the wall anyway. Reese is through. Mirko is there. Epic OJ. Mirko going for that lunge up the inside. This driver's getting penalties already. Fred Ripper and Bjorn McQueen are through. B-Right hanging on to them. Then you've got Jack Happy Champ up to P5. Cars is already with a time penalty. Fanfurness has DNF'd and left the session on track. What has happened to Fam? River Rock's being swallowed up. He's not here at the moment. Then you've got Solar the Eater. You've got Bjorn. Deadly is coming through as well in the Aston Martin. And the start of this race has caused a little bit of controversy as Fanfurness is out. So Deadly is through. Solar the Eater up the inside of Cops. There's a driver going wide in front, and then they're going to come through. Tries to find a way through on the Audi driver. Mirko is now your race leader as we go through Maggots and Beckett. Reese is back through. Here comes Epic OJ to join the action. Fred Ripper on Deadly. They have 3 wide, 2 wide. Solar and B-Right. Then you've got Sam Wars. Solar is through, and so is B-Right as well. He's joining in the action. That is Epic OJ and Cars. And here we go. Freeway battle down in towards Vale at turn 14 and 15. Sorry, turn 16. Cars is now your race leader. Mirko going wheel to wheel. It's 2x2s. Mirko leads. Back comes Cars in the house as we go down in towards Abbey at turn 1. Mirko stays in front. Reese is all over the back of him. Epic OJ is watching on. Later on the brakes goes Reese, and the world champion in the Alpine is back up to P2 after starting on pole position. You've got Bjorn McQueen on that papaya as Jack Happy Champ tries to stay with him, but Bjorn McQueen, the Dutchman, is just edging in front at the moment. Then you've got the other Dutchman of Cars as we go down in towards Brooklands at turn 6. Bjorn McQueen is back in front of Jack as Fred the Ripper is just about to join in. Right, let me invite River Rocks. Oh my god. Wait, is that my internet as well? Something's not right here. Right, everybody's still in. So, Reese. Oh, yeah, River Rocks is back in. So, back up the inside is Epic OJ. On at Reese. There's a lot of action going in. Sam Wars as well. This is an action-packed start to this race. B-Right is down one position into P11. But he's going to go up the inside of the Williams of Sam Wars. Side by side go the two drivers. Two very good drivers at that. The Haas will lean it around the outside. Both on their medium compounds. But it is B-Right that goes in front. And that is Cars as well in the Haas that is up into the podium places. And in front of Epic OJ. Gale in the McLaren is through on CJ as they go in towards Luffield. There's a lot of action on this circuit. We're trying to keep our eyes peeled on it. And that is Fred the Ripper. Fred Ripper. Through Cops. And look at this. He's going to use a little bit of that battery on the McLaren. Through Maggots and Beckett. Gravangan picking up the first track limit warning, the first track limit violation. And you can see the boost and the overtake from the drivers. Epic OJ, and that was Cars. Later on the brakes, Bjorn McQueen is there. There goes F1 Lexi and Jeffy Boy and Maxi Block. They're going to go free wide in towards Stowe. Back out they go. Deadly in the Aston Martin. Look at this for racing. It is just a huge train all the way down to P16. Fred Ripper down in towards Abbey at turn 1. Fanfiness, I know, mate. So the Aston Martin of Bjorn McQueen on the back of Cars. Then you've got Reese. Mercoy's 8 tenths clear in the lead after 4 laps of racing. Sam Wars in the Williams. Then you've got B-Right, DK Cohen. Remember, B-Right, a 4-time world champion. He's done well to win 4 world championships in a tier that is like Formula 7 racing. He's done really well to win 4 Tier 1 championships. And you know what? He always seems to come back, no matter how many people count him out. So we'll see if that's the same again this season. Bjorn McQueen in that Aston Martin. Jack Happy Champ trying to fight it out with Epic OJ through Maggots and Beckett, and that is River Rocks and Gravangan. Maybe, just maybe, Gravangan, this is just a bite too much for him. Andy Mac, thank you so much, mate. Oh, subscribe with Prime. Hey, appreciate it, Andy. Thank you so much, mate, and well done today. What a drive from a qualifying ban to P10. Brilliant stuff. So Bjorn being overtaken by the Haas. Look at this. The drivers are so closely matched. It is great to see. So Gravangan and Maxi, and that is Maxi into the pit lane very early on. Bjorn and Cars. And remember, Cars already has a 3-second time penalty. I cannot believe how close these drivers are. Here comes Cars again on Bjorn McQueen. They are 1.5 seconds behind Reese and Mirko now. They need to be careful not to get left behind whilst they squabble with each other as they go through Luffield at turn 7. Down in towards Woodcote. Bjorn is in front of Cars. The two Dutchmen are going at it, but they are leaving the front two to escape. That is not what you want to do. Down in towards Cops. Bjorn McQueen in the Aston Martin stays in front. It is Cars that is chasing him down as we go through the S's. Then you've got Jack Happy Champ. Epic OJ has arrived as well up the inside of Cars. They leave each other the space. It is great racing. They nearly tangle, and then Epic OJ squeezes Cars to the outside, giving him no room whatsoever. And that was lucky that he survived that. But Jack Happy Champ is going to take advantage of the squeeze as he comes up the inside of Stowe, and he moves just in to P6 briefly. Sam Wars on Solar the Eater as they go down into Vale and then in towards Club. And around the outside is Soul of the Eater. And Cars is now down to P6. So a lot of movement on the track here. Deadly and Cars once again going at it. Cars sends him late on the brakes. And then he'll shift to the outside of the loop in towards Aintree at turn 5. Fred Ripper is there. He's just watching on. But the front two are now 2.5 seconds clear. They are escaping with every sector that these drivers race against. They are getting further and further away. Maybe they've got to think about the long game here because the drivers are throwing it all away. Let's have a look at the reaction times of the drivers. 5.36 for Epic OJ, 5.46 for Bjorn McQueen. Then you've got Bjorn. Reese was quite a slow start in comparison. That's the reason he got swallowed up. Mirko was very quick off the line. And that is CJ already with 2 track limits. So the front two, nearly 3 seconds clear. Here comes Cars, Solar, Sam Wars. What about Gale? And Gale with Jabber. Gale holds on. Wow. Gale, an extraordinary hold onto that McLaren. It could have been so easy to spin, but he drifted around and kept hold of that McLaren so well. Here comes DK Cohen as they go in towards Abbey at turn 1. And he just backs out as B-Right closes the door. Pretty much slams it in his face there. DK Cohen trying to go for the inside, but that's exactly what Sam Wars is doing. And Soul of the Eater will try and return the favour. And back comes DK Cohen on B-Right. The Audi on the Haas. The Haas stays in front, and so does Sam Wars in the Williams. And Epic OJ's into the podium places as they go down in towards Luffield. But it is Epic OJ that stays in P3. B-Right having a great tussle with DK Cohen here. Oh, what's happened there? River Rocks is chasing CJ down in towards Cops. And they are getting very acquainted with each other. CJ sends him out wide. Tries to switch it back up the inside. Can he pull it off as they go in towards Maggots and Beckett? And they cannot, as River Rocks stays in front of CJ for now. And look how close they are. When you look from Epic OJ backwards, they're all separated by around half a second. Here comes Deadly on the inside of Jack Happy Champ and the Aston Martin in front of the McLaren. That was great racing. Sam Wars on Fred Ripper. 8 of the 26 laps done and dusted. F1 Lexi's into the pit lane and calls it a day here in Tier 1. That's a real shame. Retires and leaves. It's the only problem with Tier 1. It's the only tier where drivers, if they're not having a good race, will just retire and leave. Every other tier, they just try and get to the end. But I understand it. But you just never know what will happen. B-Right and DK Cohen are still going at it. And B-Right turning in there. And CJ with a penalty. There's 3 things guaranteed in life. That is being born, dying, and CJ getting a penalty. Nah, I'm kidding. Jabber and B-Right. And that is Jack Happy Champ on Deadly. Not for long. Deadly comes back for him, so does Cars. A sneaky little move from the Haas. Now here comes Fred Ripper as well. 2 wide. There's a Mercedes that is off the track. I think that might be Sam the Man who made the mistake. Cars and Sam Wars. 2 wide and 3 wide. Down in towards Vale. River Rocks and Jeffy Boy are going at it again. Fred Ripper and Deadly. Around Club they go, and Fred Ripper rips on through down in towards Abbey. This is great racing, so enjoyable to watch. Oh, that was a little touch there. And Jack Happy Champ will not be happy about that. As Sam Wars, his teammate from last season and his friend, goes through. DK Cohen on Solar later on the brakes, closes the door. Thank you very much. And be right. We'll have that set in his sights as well. And look at the front two. You can see what they're doing. And Solar the Yeeter throwing his hands up in the cockpit there. Not sure what happened. And that is Reese and Mirko. Bjorn and Epic. They are changing hands again. 2 out of the 3, top 3, have swapped around. Back on board with Solar, and that is Sam Wars getting overtaken by 2 drivers. Jack Happy Champ is into the pit lane. That right tyre of Jack Happy Champ does not look good, by the way. Let's bring up the car. So he's going for the undercut. Look at the tyre wear on the mediums. A lot of the drivers going for the undercut. I'm surprised we've not seen somebody like Bjorn go early here. And there is a yellow flag. I'm not sure why. Bjorn being overtaken by Epic OJ. Let's take that off. Where's the yellow flag? Java and Solar. Williams versus Alpine. Mirko catching back up to Reese as they go into Cops. Kylan who got pole, it was Reese. But it was so close. Yellow flag's waving again. But it's like a snake of drivers behind as they go through Maggots and Beckett. These two nearly 4 seconds clear. Solar and Gale. Solar's been involved in a lot of the action here. Jabba picking up a 3-second time penalty, and that is Mirko back into the lead. Not for long. Oh, wow. Reese and Mirko might just throw this all away through their own egos and their own competitiveness. Because they are 4 seconds clear, but they nearly ended up 4 seconds behind had they have collided there. A 126.8. So Bjorn on cars. These 2 Dutch drivers in P3 and P4. And you've got Fred Ripper. Be Right, Solar, they are all into the pit lane. So is Epic OJ and Deadly. And let's have a look where Jack Happy Champ is. Remember, he went for the undercut, and the undercut is delicious. He's going to come out behind Epic OJ, but in front of Deadly and Be Right. So Jack is within touching distance of Epic OJ. So Fred Ripper up to P4, not for long. And that is a Ferrari going very slowly. That is CJ with a puncher. CJ with a puncher after 10 laps of racing here in Silverstone. This is incredible. And he's got front wing damage. So that puncher has happened from 84% tyre wear. And there's a Red Bull behind him trying to get into the pit lane. Unbelievable stuff. CJ is retired. But this could hinder the Red Bull driver of River Rocks that is having to go in right behind him. There was blue flags waving, but CJ is out here in Silverstone. So DK Cohen and Fred Ripper, the 2 Audi drivers. Imagine a safety car comes out now. The 2 Audi drivers will be left 1-2. Mirko, 17.3 seconds. Maximock has left the session. He's not even retired his car. It is a little bit frustrating. We have same drivers continuously. I feel for CJ because we talked about it last season that he'd only finished like 3 races in 21, and he struggles to finish any sort of race here in F7. I don't know if it's like that anywhere else, but I do feel for him. Eventually he'll get a little bit more luck, maybe get a little bit more consistency. It is a real shame because he's got the potential to be very good. Sorry guys. So Fred Ripper is into the pit lane. Mirko, DK Cohen stays out. So all of the drivers getting their pit stops complete. And we can have a look at the tyre strategy of the drivers. And you can see that Epic OJ did pit 1 lap earlier, but the undercut has not worked for him. Jack Happy Champ, it did work for him though, as he is right on the tail of Epic OJ. Jabber and Sam the Man. Sam the Man is a good driver. If he wasn't in the USA, he would probably be better suited to maybe Tier 2. But you know what? He's had some really good results in Tier 1, and he's definitely got Tier 1 pace. So, Jack Happy Champ still... Oh, that was a little battle there from Sam the Man and Jabber. And Sam the Man has now been overtaken by Jeffy Boy, and Jeffy Boy has to back out. Jabber's shutting the door. So Jabber and Sam the Man. As Sam the Man moves up to P15. Remember, that is a point here in Formula 7 racing. Points go down to P15. So all the strategies are in play. And you can see what the delta is. Soft's 1.4 seconds faster. So Reese and Mirko still fighting, and they have got DK Cohen 12 seconds off in the distance, and his tyre is 72% for that front left. He wants to be careful, but he is on a different strategy. He's on hard to medium, and that strategy would be amazing if he got a safety car. That's, I mean, that's the strategy I run today, hard to medium. And that is Sam the Man on Jabber. And then we've got Reese on Mirko. Remember, this is for the provisional lead. Sam Ward setting the fastest lap of the race. So restart in P2. He started on pole position. He's currently in provisional P2 once DK Cohen pits. DK Cohen getting some of them laps led stats on the board. Very nice. So, look at this. How close is Reese to Mirko now? And it looks like he might get the overtake. And then you've got cars as well on the back of Bjorn. You've got River Rocks through on Sam the Man into Cops. River Rocks, Sam the Man and Jabba through Cops. You've got to have some nerves to do that. Then you've got cars in the Haas that is through on Bjorn McQueen. DK Cohen finally into the pits. That leaves Mirko back into the lead of this race. So Deadly having a good Grand Prix here. Be right with Solar on his tail. Not for the first time today that Solar has been all over the rear diffuser of that Haas in front. And look how close Solar is getting to Be Right. The four-time world champion being placed under a lot of pressure here. And up the inside goes the Alpine. He's been waiting for that lunge. And he does go for it. And Solar not able to get through on Be Right just yet. He is going to try again. Through Wood going down in towards Cops. Wow, that was close. Nearly all ended in tears. Through Cops and now towards Maggots and Beckett go the two drivers in P9 and P10. And that is Reese that is into the lead of this Grand Prix here in Silverstone after 16 laps of racing. So Reese, who started on pole, and the reigning, defending world champion, is right back where he left off last season. Solar and Fred Ripper now queuing up behind that Haas. So Epic Jose 4 seconds behind. Maximock has not joined back. That's his AI car, I think, pitting. And that is Solar on Be Right. He's made the move down in towards Luffield at turn 7. And they are getting very acquainted with each other here. Down through Woodcote. And the old pit lane towards Cops. Side by side go the Haas and the Alpine. The Alpine runs wide. That might be Fred Ripper coming through. It is. In towards Maggots and Beckett and the Audi driver. Takes one, takes two, and Fred Ripper is through. Be Right trying to hold on as they come out of Chapel and down the Hanger Straight. They are 3 wide as we go up towards Stowe. But it is Fred Ripper that holds on. Solar is coming back at him. Be Right now watches on. And Fred Ripper with a fantastic bit of overtaking. That is what the fans came to see. Oh, Be Right picks up a time penalty of 3 seconds. That will put him behind DK Cohen. And that is the lead of the Grand Prix, switching hands. Reese and Mirko, they are not just comfortable with being 1-2. They want to be 1 or 2. So down towards Cops. Reese with his nose ahead. What beautiful racing we are watching. Silverstone does not disappoint. What a way to end the evening. Not very many collisions. In fact, hardly any collisions all day. This is what we wanted. So Mirko burning that battery up towards Stowe. Stays behind, being patient. And Jack Happy Champ is into the podium places. What a strategy this is turning out to be for Jack Happy Champ. And that is B right, that is back through on Solar. As they lock up into Vale. And the Alpine is going to go back up the inside. Oh, that is beautiful stuff to hold on there from B right. The former world champion showing how it's done. You never lose it. Fantastic stuff from B right. So Jeffy boy and Jabba, the Ferrari versus the Williams. As we come down the Wellington straight, it is Jabba and Jeffy, the Williams versus Ferrari, down in towards Brooklands at turn 6. Through turn 7 at the right hander, the Williams will cling around the outside. The Ferrari is defending. Switches in front of him. Epic OJ is back into the podium places as they go through Maggots and Beckett. Deadly has arrived. He wants a piece of the action. Jabber is on the back of Jeffy Boy. Once supposed to go through Cox but loses the position. Then comes Cars burning that battery up towards Stowe. It is action everywhere. Mirko still leading, and Solar in the Alpine does get through on B right once again. Out of Stowe and down towards Vale, and B right will return the favour. The former world champion is giving it his all here. Jabber is through on Jeffy as well. The Ferrari driver will also do what B right did, but he backs out. He's going to wait. Solar the Eater back from B right as they go down in towards Abbey. Around the outside goes B right. What a move that is. This is phenomenal stuff. Gives him a little tap on the inside, then backs out. Up towards Village and the Loop. B right is staying ahead. But then back comes Solar the Eater. B right slots in behind him. What racing here in Silverstone. And B right goes a little bit deep as we go down in towards Luffield at turn 7. Holds on to the inside, holds on to the apex. So, Reese, 6 laps to go. Look at this though, Solar and B right. They've been going at it all evening. It has been some racing, that's for sure. Hey, Botty, thank you so much for the follow. So, DK Cohen has now arrived. And that is Merkel and Reese swapping places again. They are still 5.5 seconds clear. The Aston Martin will look for a move up the inside of the McLaren. Can he get it? He will hold on to the outside. And DK Cohen on B right. And the drivers are coming through now. And B right is definitely giving it his all. But is it starting to tell? Is all of that effort and all of that work to keep the positions starting to tell on that car? Deadly is thrown Jack Happy Champ in towards Maggots and Beckett. And B right is being overtaken by DK Cohen. Wow! B right could have all ended in tears, but the experience and the class of B right showing once again that he's still got it. He can still hold on. Cars is through on the McLaren. The McLaren is definitely struggling now. Let's look at the tyres. 52% with 4 laps to go. We've had some really good battles here. That is Gale on being right as well now. And the Haas driver is down to P13. I don't think he's got damage. He hasn't. Solar and DK Cohen, they know each other as well. No, you're right, Pele. So DK Cohen, Solar in the Alpine, holding on to that P10, but not for long. As the Audi driver moves into P10. The Alpine, you can see the drivers slipping and sliding now as the tyres start to wear down. And Solar up the inside, and that is Reese. The lead has changed hands on lap 23. Mirko down to P2. Epic OJ 5 seconds back in the distance. So 3/10 is the gap. Who is going to win this race? Oh, Mirko's got a time penalty. I didn't even see that. So Mirko has a time penalty. Reese doesn't even need to battle with him here. If I was Reese, I'd be a little bit sceptical about even going side by side with Mirko at this race. Because Mirko knows that he's lost this. Unless something happens to Reese. So bear that in mind. And Epic OJ as well only needs to find 2 seconds to take that P2 away from Mirko. Jack Happy Champ and Sam Wars and even Bjorn will all move in front of cars. So they need to bear that in mind as Sam Wars goes up the inside of Jack Happy Champ and the 2 teammates from last season. No love lost there. They are friends as well. 2 Scottish drivers. I'm sure they'll be giving each other a right bit of banter in the chat at the moment as they are racing against each other. They'll be giving it proper large to each other. There goes Jabba around the outside of Jeffy. The Ferrari down to P16 as Jabba moves on through. Everybody was saying that Jabba needed to be moved up to Tier 1. He's definitely shown that he can hang it in Tier 1, but maybe not at the front at the moment. Remember, cars, Deadly needs to realise as well, don't throw away an opportunity of a podium to fight with cars. Through Maggots and Beckett on lap 24 of 26. Kylie, he just didn't show up, mate. So Mirko, he will use that battery. No, he's going to stay behind. He's going to stay behind. And the more he does this, he's got an opportunity to lose this race unless he knows that that 3 second time penalty is going to be removed. If he knows it's going to be removed, then it's a bit different. But if it's not going to be removed, he could potentially be throwing away a podium by doing this. The gap's gone from 6 seconds to 4.3. I tell you what, we're on the penultimate lap and Mirko is very close to throwing away a podium by trying to take the race victory. You have to remember that we don't know if that penalty is going to be removed or not yet. He might know for sure that it's not a penalty that should stand. So he's racing differently. There goes DK and Solar. The Audi going up the inside of the loop in towards Aintree at turn 5. And Fred Ripper through on Bjorn McQueen. And the Aston Martin is down to P9. Oh, they do slightly touch. As Fred Ripper goes through up to P8. And the lead, oh, he's run wide. Mirko's run wide again. The gap is only 3.5. Epic OJ is catching here. Epic OJ is catching. and he's potentially going to take a P2 away from Mirko. Surely, if Mirko's doing this, then he knows it's going to be removed. Surely. Here we go, and Mirko is holding off again. Mirko does not want to go for the overtake. He's waiting for the very last lap. He's playing a game of DRS chicken, essentially. I mean, it's not DRS chicken because he's not slowing down to get DRS. He's essentially just not going for the overtake, which is a bit different. But my goodness, Sam Wars and Deadly cars. McLaren comes through. Jack Happy Champ up the inside of the Aston Martin, down in towards Abbey at 2-1. We are on to the final lap of this Grand Prix. There's a little bit of front wing flying there. Cars, Epic OJ is within 3 seconds of Mirko. Jabba and Jeffy Boy around Vale and into Club, and down the pit lane we go, and it is Mirko and Reese. Mirko and Reese side by side. Cars is in front of Epic OJ. Epic OJ does not need this. He's going to lose that 3 seconds to Mirko as we come out of Woodcote and down towards Cops. It is Reese versus Mirko, the final lap of this race. It is Reese leading to the Italian of Mirko as we go in towards Maggotts and Beckett. And Mirko is going to be the car behind, exactly what he wanted. 3 seconds is the gap. Here we go. Reese got an amazing exit out of Maggotts and Beckett, and it looks like it's all for nothing. It's not going to work. Mirko has left it too late. Reese is going to take the victory. Bjorn is through on Fred Ripper, but Reese coming in to Vale, coming in to Club, but the world champion will start as he ended and win here in Silverstone. Mirko takes P2, and it's unbelievable. Epic OJ has taken P2, and that is, it's a 10-second time penalty, so it definitely is probably going to get removed. So, wow, what an end to this race. Look at Cars and Beyond. Jabba and Jeffy. Ramos, what a race. What a race. What a race. Reese pushed me into the pits. That was a really good race. So let's go through the final standings. I need to make sure that I get this all in. So just bear with me, guys. So on the race, so it is a race that wins. Epic OJ, Sunwars, Jack Dudley, Bjorn, Cars, Mirko, Tread Ripper, DK Coy, Gailey, Solar B, Right, River Rocks, Jeffy, who's in P16. Jabba. Jabba never shows up, I don't know why. Sam the Man, Gravangan, Maxi, Chaka, Parallax, and Fanfinus. My driver of the day. I'm going to give it to Sam Wars. Could have given it to Epic OJ as well. Could have given it to a few of them. But yeah, what a drive, what a race. Why is the game just shut down? Did you see that? The game's just shut down. What the hell? Right, okay. I was gonna do interviews, but um, I mean we can still do interviews. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Right. So, and who was P3? Was it Epic OJ? Reese, there is interviews, mate. Yeah, I've sent you an invite to the Discord. Just see if Merkel or Epic OJ. I don't think Merkel or Epic OJ is joining, so we will go straight to your race winner. So we started off as we ended last season. The world champion takes the victory in Silverstone. Reese, how was that one, mate?
Yeah, mate. Buzzing to be honest. Was not expecting that at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen much of your pace lately, but to come in and that last lap in qualifying as well to out qualify everybody and get into the point eight, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
To get into the point eight and finish on pole position, you must have been very confident at that point.
Yeah, I mean, just over the 4 weeks, just a bit of a reset, clear my mind. Didn't really appear much in the server too much. I had a little bit of a touch of the new game, like first week it came. I wasn't the greatest fan, I'll be honest. The big thing for me is I under the engine braking whenever I'm
Hello,
going
hello.
down the
Oh,
gears.
my bad.
I'm losing the rear, so that was something I had to focus on when I was practicing for this, and I had to, alter my setup um, from compared to last year's game. But no, the qualifying, I knew I was going to have a bit of pace, but I didn't expect to be, fighting for pole. But yeah, the lap right at the end really came to me. So yeah, I was buzzing with that.
Yeah, it was such a good lap race. You just showed so much pace. And then the race, it wasn't the best of starts. Obviously, you had that little battle. You ended up going down into P2 and P3. Um, but then you just come back and you were just fighting everybody, battling everybody. And just talk us through some of the battles and then obviously the ending as well. I mean, you and Mirko ended up 5 seconds clear of everybody else, but then with the battling and stuff like that, and the slowing near the end. So just talk us through the battling and then the tactics at the end.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't think my race pace was going to be strongest because obviously the energy deployment obviously plays a massive factor now. So yeah, off the start wasn't the greatest, and then obviously dropped down to P3. But I tried to keep my cool, just keep going as I was, and then the race eventually opened up. It came to me. Me and Mirko sort of drifted off. We all knew Mirko was, one of the stronger boys coming into this season. So yeah, just driving off with him. There was times where I was so close to falling out of his overtake without the 1 second, and I had to literally burn everything I had. But I think as the race grew, not only was tires getting weaker, but I think I was getting stronger with the energy deployment. So I think that played a massive factor. And then I was right up Marco's gearbox. We had some great battles. That's one thing that really is complemented by these cars. You can
Yeah.
go we went wheel to wheel through Maggots and Beckett's at one point. And
Oh,
then
the
yeah,
racing was so good. Your
yeah,
battling today and the back and forth with Mirko and the side by side racing was so enjoyable to watch.
yeah. I mean that's what these cars are about. And I'm sure we'll see that for the rest of the season. But yeah, no, continuing on, obviously we had the pit stops. Mirko Mirko's claiming that I hit him up the rear and going into pit lane, which I did. But on my POV at least, he locked up because he broke too early and then he let go of his brakes. So yeah, we'll see what the stewards have to say about that. And then yeah, at the end, the slowing down. I mean, on this game, you have to lift off ever so slightly on straight so you don't lose all the battery. Um, and I mean, Mirko was so desperate to win on track. Because he believes he can get his 10 seconds removed, and that just ended up costing us loads of time.
Yeah.
Because obviously I knew he wanted to stay behind for the last lap, so I needed to recharge my battery to prepare for that. And the only way you can really do that without much sacrifice is gaining battery on the straight, and if that's lifting off to 90%, so be it.
Yeah.
I think obviously that will come to the steward's discretion what they say ultimately, but I don't
Yeah,
think I've
I
done
didn't
anything
see
wrong.
much. I didn't personally see much wrong with that, to be honest. He was slowing down to stay behind. You were slowing down to recharge your battery so you could defend down the straight on the next lap. Yeah, I didn't see much wrong. It was just a great battle, a great ending. Um, there was a point I think in Maggots and Beckett on the last lap. Your exit into Chaplin down the hanger straight was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, Mirko was going side by side with me into cops, so I knew he was going to give it everything there and then. And then yeah, I got the edge out of him on cops, and then I knew this was sort of make or break, this sort of exit. I didn't really have much to lose. I didn't pick up a warning all race, so I knew I could just throw it in. Um, I kept it on track as well though, and it's probably the best exit I had all race. And then Mirko also had a little slide as well. So at that point, I knew, yeah, with the battery I had as well, I had so much charged up. I knew that was race done. So yeah, just kept my cool for the rest of the lap, and yeah, I wasn't really expecting to win this race. I thought maybe fighting for a podium if I was lucky. But yeah, no, great start to the season.
Yeah, it definitely is, Reese. It's one way to start your championship defence. You are the world
Yeah,
champion.
hopefully.
You ended last season as the world champion, I think, winning 9 races. So a really, really good start to your season. Getting that race victory here in Silverstone, and obviously, hopefully one of many, but a great race, a brilliant race to watch from our perspective as well, and a great performance from you. So well done and congratulations on the race victory, Reese.
Yeah. Cheers, Nathan. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. So there you have it, your race winner. We move on to your P2 driver who's just joined. Well, provisional P2 if the 10 seconds gets removed, but we'll talk to him as if it is going to get removed, and then we'll go from there. Mirko, what a race, mate. What a battle. What a tussle between you and Reese. Just talk us through that one.
Yeah, it was amazing, mate. Since from lap one till the end, Reese was in my ass.
Well, not
We're
literally, but yeah. Okay.
yeah, we were battling the whole race. From like lap five, I think I got outside of the second, but then he literally straight up came back. But yeah, it was. I'm still a bit pissed because of the 10 seconds and then the last lap, your ass chicken, I call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing much to say. It was a great race.
Yeah, and obviously you had some great battles with Reese throughout the race. It was just back and forth. Was your mind set on the staying behind? Because obviously from sort of lap 24, you sort of slowed down and the drivers behind started to catch up a bit more and a bit more. And was the plan always to stay behind and not to go for the overtake?
No, it wasn't actually. I just wanted to, straight up push to the end. But then I saw Reese lift mid straight. I was like, okay, if we play like that, I'll just stay behind.
Right, okay. And then obviously you ended up finishing P2 through Maggots and Beckett. You had some great battles with Reese. It was really enjoyable for us to watch. And how was it being on track and racing with Reese?
Yeah, it was very great. The battles we had through the Cops and then Maggots and Beckett's. I mean, these cars are amazing for battles. Not so much for flat out racing, but there's a lot to improve. But yeah, no, it was amazing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and obviously qualifying as well. You set a 1:26.953. What a time that is! An unbelievable time.
Well, I could have done better, but I jumped over the curb and no, I went too wide at the last chicane, but that was still a decent time.
Oh, definitely. 0.197 separated the top six in qualifying. So it was extremely close. You needed every millimetre you could get. Just talk us through the plans for the season, Mirko. You've got off to a P2 start. Obviously, looking on for the rest of the season. Is this a season that you can potentially try and challenge for the championship?
Yeah, hopefully. I'll just try my best to be consistent, not DNF, and don't get any penalties.
Yeah, of course. You've got to just keep it clean. Well, it was a really good race to watch from our perspective, Mirko. It's really good to see you and Reese going toe to toe. I hope that we continue to see you and Reese race like that for the remainder of the season. But congratulations on a brilliant and well deserved podium, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks for the
Mirko.
comms.
Thank you, mate. There you have it, your P2 driver of Mirko and your race winner of Reese. What a drive. What a day of racing. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, watching and supporting. It's been a great day all round. 4 tiers, 88 drivers on track, a full day of racing. Now go and enjoy the football. Go and enjoy Brazil. Go and enjoy England. It's coming home. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next one.